Hello and welcome to what I will call part 2 of a series of videos I've been putting out for the last year for this game ever since Phantom Liberty came out. Now, for those of you who have been playing this since patch 2.0, day 1, some of you might remember there was a ton of exploits you could do as far as the movement mechanics go in the game. Now, when it comes to movement, I'm speaking, of course, strictly that you have 20 reflexes and also aerial acrobat. At this point, especially when you pair it with the double jump, that's pretty much the pinnacle of movement in this game, the way the devs intended. I would say vanilla on the console experience, or vanilla PC experience, strictly speaking, that's how the devs would want you to play. And by that I mean the movement mechanics are as intended. But some of you, like myself, who have been playing since day 1, may have known, enjoyed, and exploited a bug that allowed for you to essentially have an infinite amount of double jumps and air dashes within a specific timing window. Now this got patched out in patch 2.1. Patch 2.1, and that was genuinely heartbreaking. And I mean, the game's movement is still a lot of fun in a lot of ways. And there's still a lot of other in-game mechanics that let you extend your movements, like for example, Surge carries you forward by about 5 meters. And then there's also, of course, just the branch of abilities. The Mantis Blades have their own extending. This one's actually pretty substantial, which is a lot of fun to use. But recently I've discovered a new bug that is also very fun to use. I don't think it's as effective as the double jump used to be. However, this helps you prevent yourself from dying by extending your frames. Say you are gonna take a high altitude fall, like this for example. Well, I screwed it up there, that was embarrassing. But to illustrate my point, this essentially allows you to reset your double jump for every shot, it seems. The inputs for this bug are much more complicated than the old double jump bug exploit was. And I keep saying double jump exploit, but really it was a combination of you doing an air dash and using the double jump at the same time. But for now I'll just call it the double jump exploit. Anyway, for that you really only had to press 2 buttons. It was just 2 inputs really, just your dash or air dash, and then your double jump or jump button. You would roll your thumb or your inputs, however you would do it. This one, however, is a little bit more involved in that you have to be, the condition is that you have to be in the air when you use guts. I'm pretty sure maybe Order or the Deserter also have this knockback effect, where if you aren't moving at all, your character will get pushed back just because of the sheer force of the weapon. To use it mid-air, it's a little bit more noticeable. Thing is though, if your character is moving in the opposite direction of the blast, then mitigate this by quite a bit. Or if you're just moving forward, it's not really all that noticeable, although your recoil will still be pretty substantial. The neat thing about this exploit is that when you have the, I think, level 50 skill progression for Shinobi, you reload a fifth of your mag, and well, it would be nice if it was 5, I mean, even 1 round, but basically every time you air dash or every time you slide, you get 1 round. So you can effectively do this forever, although you will be dropping in altitude over time. So, say for example, I'm by the football arena and I want to get to the Heavy Hearts. I wanted to say the fucking place in Vegas, but the Luxor, I think. Say if I wanted to get there, right? I would probably just use the tried and true method of dashing into a jump, which costs stamina, as you can see up there. Comboing that into the age-old tradition, classic, iconic air dash. Or maybe a combination of that or a double jump air dash. That's gonna get me a good distance, but I'm almost certain I can't get all the way over there. So I'd probably do something like... I mean, that got the job done. But now that I have this exploit, I want to see if I can maybe do a unorthodox strategy. Say I really need to get over there fast. I don't have time to jump on those, right? Oh, how neat. That was a little bit more poorly illustrated than the first attempt. But that's pretty cool. So, here comes the tutorial part of this video. I tried explaining it earlier, but I think I lost my train of thought. I was trying to explain the input for this being more complicated than the double jump exploit back in the day, is that basically you have to be in the air, shoot guts. Now what I did there though is I dashed, and that's not the main point. The main point here is that whenever you shoot guts mid-air, it essentially resets your double jump counter. So for example, I did a double jump there because of the reinforced tendon cyberwear in my legs. If I try to input it again after getting the double jump, obviously it's not going to work because there's a cooldown. Until I land, I can't double jump. I'm explaining the obvious here because basically anyone who's played this game already knows this. I'm stating the obvious. However, what's not stating the obvious is that if you are conditionally in the air and shoot guts, you have an opportunity to use a double jump yet again. And what's interesting about that is that once you have a double jump procced, you can air dash. This is basically the double jump exploit 2.0. The only difference being a shotgun blast sandwiched in between the double jumps, which I think is pretty funny. I mean, with this build, 20 body, 20 intelligence, I don't know of any other way to play the game that's more powerful. I mean, lore accurate V here is just a god. They're dying of Arasaka relic cancer but they are the most powerful human being on the planet. It's fucking freak beast of nature. With this double jump with guts and having all of these perks for shotguns, I mean it's really absurd. And I'm only level 58. I think I have maybe 3 or 4 more perk points to go before I have none left. Got a little bit of wiggle room, and that's pretty neat. It's also fun to mess around with this and the gorilla arms. And I'll show what I mean here in a second. That was pretty cool, huh? I thought so too. Oh, what's this? A perk made just for that? Oh, awesome. And before we go any further, it's obviously on very hard difficulty, but I like to play with these settings, and also, most importantly, I don't like having any of the... I like to have as minimal of a heads-up display as possible. I don't like hit markers, I don't like damage numbers, I think it's clutter. So yeah, here we go.
Back there. Brise la soupe.